Hey guys, it's Liz of Crafty Inked Girl. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a very special plan with me for the week of August 31st to September 6th. I'm participating in the In and Out Planner Challenge hosted by the lovely Tay of Shantae Plans in collaboration with Tiff of Tiff's Planet, Jen of Home Eunice Plans, and Claire of Letters from Lay. And I'm using this really gorgeous rose gold foiled Lost in Paradise kit from M Crystal Prints. I think it's just super stunning and perfect for midsummer, and I'm really excited to use this one because I really love all of the florals in here. So I'm quickly going to go over what the elements of this challenge required. Tay put a vote on Instagram stories last week, and people got to vote on 4 elements which must be in your spreads, and then the 4 elements that didn't win must not be in your spread. So first was foil color. So the vote was for gold or rose gold. So rose gold won. So all of the foil in your spread must be rose gold, and there cannot be gold anywhere in your spread. The next vote was for foiled icons or non-foiled icons, and foiled icons won. So those foil icons must be rose gold, and there cannot be any non-foiled icons in your spread at all. The next element was for glitter headers or foil headers. So foil headers won, so you cannot use any glitter headers, and your foil headers have to be rose gold. The next element was for square or circle fancy boxes or scallops and mandalas, or mandalas. You don't need to use both. So scallops or mandalas won. So these must be included in your spread, and square or circle boxes cannot be in your spread. But just to clarify, these boxes, the half boxes, quarter boxes, and regular like rectangular shape ones that come in your kits, those are fine. The last element that was voted on was for floral deco or flourishes. So floral deco won out. So your spread must have floral deco elements in it, and it cannot have any flourishes. And I think for me, that is going to be one of the most challenging things because I always use flourishes in my spread. So I am going to get right into this. So if you want to see how this spread comes together, just stay tuned. So we decided that we would do some fun and sort of random Q&A for our voiceovers for the challenge. So if you have any questions about the stickers or anything I'm doing, just comment down below and I will of course answer it, and I will link all of the shops used down below, and I will link all of the other girls' videos so you can head over to their channels and see what they do. So the first question is, why did you choose this kit for this challenge? So I had a few different options, and even though your kit itself did not have to be foiled, I really did want to use a kit that had rose gold foil in it, and I also wanted to use something that was still kind of a midsummer vibe because yes, it's the first week of September, but not quite ready for a fall kit. But in the end, I went with this particular one because when I was looking at all of the elements that were required to be in the challenge and what I had available in my stash to use between the floral deco and the scallops and mandalas, I felt like what I had worked best with this particular kit, and it just gave me the vibe that I was looking for. If you voted, did the choices you voted for win? I actually did not vote because I didn't want to influence or sway which direction the vote was going to go, and that ties into the next question. If you did not vote, would these have been your picks? And I would say that yes on everything other than flourishes or floral deco, I probably would have voted for flourishes because I use them in every single spread just about. And floral deco, while I love it, I don't have a very large assortment of it. I actually just got my first order from the Sweet Planner a few weeks ago, and that's really because of Tay, because every time I see her use all of that gorgeous floral deco, I'm like, I must have some of this. And I'm really glad that I ordered when I did, because it was actually right before we knew we were going to do this challenge, and one of the sheets that I got really went perfectly with this kit. But anyway, the point is that my vote really would have been for flourishes because I just use them way too much to not want them in a spread. If you could choose a category, what would you have picked? That's a really good question. What would I have picked? I got to think about that for a second. I don't know. Maybe I would have gone for foiled kit or non-foiled kit as one of the options. We were going to potentially use foiled scripts or non-foiled scripts, but I only use non-foiled, so I didn't have any foil scripts other than like the month script that I put in the top left. That is the only scripts that I have in my assortment that's foiled. The rest are all non-foiled. So if I had any foiled scripts in my assortment, then I would have gone with that as an option. Let's see, which part of the challenge was hard for you? The flourishes, not being able to use the flourishes, because as I just mentioned, I use them in almost every single spread to either fill up a little bit of white space, or I accent a half box or a quarter box with them, and they are just a staple in my spreads, and they were really, really hard not to reach for. But I think I wound up using some foiled floral deco in a little creative way in place of some flourishes through this spread, which you will see. Which part was easy? The easiest part for me was the rose gold foiled icons, I think, because I have more foiled icons in my collection than non-foiled icons. So it was not at all hard for me to reach for a foiled icon whenever I needed one. And also the foiled headers were very easy. There is usually foiled headers in most of the kits that I buy, so that was not a problem at all. And I used some from this kit and pulled some in from Sadie stickers that I had from freebies that happened to match this kit really well, or at least I think so, and that part was super, super easy. Did the challenge push you out of your comfort zone? Yeah, it did a little bit because, as I said, I love floral deco, but I don't have a lot of it, so I don't work with it that often. So finding my style and my way of placing them and how I wanted to layer them was definitely the most challenging for me, because I wanted the spread to look balanced. I didn't want to overwhelm it with the floral, and I think that how I did it turned out really pretty, and I am pretty overall happy with how it looks. Do you ever finish a spread and look back and wish you could change something? All the time, all the time. And sometimes I'm lucky and I look back as I'm still working on a spread and I'm able to go back and change it, which you will see me do in this spread once or twice, because sometimes something just bugs me, something just doesn't look balanced, or I don't realize that I'm going to want to put something down a certain way after I've already put something else down in that column, and I like things to look somewhat asymmetrical in a way. Like I like things to have a little bit of balance. And then sometimes I finish my whole spread, I photograph it, I film my plan with me, upload the pictures on Instagram. And then I look back and I wish I put a different piece of deco or used a different icon or something of that nature. And I wish I could change it, but at that point, it's kind of pointless. If you could select one of your favorite TV shows or movies to be a kit theme, what would you pick? Well, fortunate for me that two of my favorite TV shows, which is Gilmore Girls and Friends, are already kits by the Crafty Banana, and I have both of them. And some of my favorite movies are the Harry Potter movies, and I have multiple Harry Potter kits that I've used and have a bunch in my assortment that I have not yet used. So I'm pretty much covered in favorites being kit themes. I can't think of anything else off of the top of my head right now that I wish was a kit because, yeah, those are like really my all-time favorites. Would you rather live and work in a busy city, a rural small town, or a scenic island? Well, I actually did live and work in Manhattan for 16 years, so that was definitely considered a busy city. I've never lived in a rural small town, and for a scenic island, I guess that would depend on whether or not it was a tropical island or like a domestic island of the United States. I don't think at this point in my life I would want to live in a busy city again. I kind of really like the idea of having a house and a yard and space and quiet. So that is definitely out, but as for whether I would choose a rural small town or a scenic island, as much as I love tropical islands, I love going on vacation, I don't know if I would want to live and work on a tropical island. I think out of those choices, I would probably sooner end up in a rural small town where I could have a lot of property and a nice house and have lots of animals and just have the room to do whatever it is I would want to do with my life. So, I don't know. Unless, of course, like I said, the scenic island was an island off of the United States coast, because there are a ton that are like beautiful kind of beachy towns, but they're not tropical. I don't know. No, I'm gonna just stick with rural small town. Would you rather be rich but not with the person you love, or be with your true love and struggle financially? There is no question about that. I would rather be with my true love and struggle financially. I could say for certain that money does not bring happiness, and true love does, and I would never give that up just to be rich. Like, what's the point? And if you're rich and you don't have someone to share your life with and share things that make you happy, or life experiences like traveling and things like that, to me there's just no point in having all of that if you are not with the person that you love. So I would hands down pick being with my man and struggle financially, because I feel like when I'm with him, I have everything that I want and need out of life, and we'll figure out the rest as we go. It's really not that big of a deal to me to not be rich and be with the person that I love. So that's my answer, and that would never change no matter what. If you could have a talent or skill that made you famous, what would you want that talent to be? So I've always said for the longest time, there are two things that I wish I could do. I wish I could sing, and I wish I could draw and paint.
and I can do neither of them. I feel like I'm a very creative person, but I am not a very artistic person. And to me, there is a distinct difference between creativity and artistic ability. And to be creative means that you could come up with unique ideas and see things differently and find interesting ways to do things or see things. But to have artistic ability means that you have some kind of skill, excuse me, skill or ability to execute those visions. And I'm just one of those people that just does not have the skill to execute those visions. I would say that I wish I could take what I see in my mind. Like, I come up with all these beautiful visions for paintings and drawings, and every time I have tried to put the pen to paper or work with paint or something, it never works out in my favor, and I always get disappointed and frustrated because I just don't have the ability. And what's even more frustrating is I have two very talented artists in my family, one from my mom's side and one from my dad's side, and I got absolutely none of that skill whatsoever, and I really, really wish I did. As far as becoming famous from one of those skills, I don't know if I would rather become famous from being able to sing or being able to paint and draw. You could have a very successful career singing and be famous with that, but I think that I would rather be famous from my artwork than from my voice if I had to pick, because you could really set yourself aside with your artwork and unique visions that you can have and unique styles. And I would really love to be able to have a drawing or a painting and have my style recognized. So I would say that yes, I would pick drawing or painting as a talent that would make me famous. And just quickly to sort of go to the spread in one of the earlier questions about looking back at something you've done in your spread and wanting to change it, you saw how much I struggled there changing a Tuesday around because I just could not get it right, and I thought I liked it, and then I changed it, and then I changed it again, and finally when I finished with it, I'm happy with it. So anyway, back to the questions. If you could relive one of your favorite memories, what would it be? So when I first read that question, I was like, oh goodness, what on earth would one of those favorite memories be? And then for some reason, my very first trip to Disney World with my dad when I was about 7 or 8 years old popped into my head, and I'm gonna run with that one because it was super special. It was the first trip that I ever took with my father that was of that nature, and I was so excited to go to Disney and meet all these characters that I loved. I had an autograph book to have everybody sign, and I loved going on all the rides and seeing the Magic Kingdom and the princesses. And it was just so incredible as a child to be in such awe and wonderment at this different world that I got to experience. And I'm an adult and I still love Disney, and I know that Tay and Tiff are also huge Disney fans, and so many other people. And I haven't been to Disney World since then, but I've been to Disneyland in California as an adult, and it's fantastic. But I am just itching to go back to Disney World and experience that again as an adult. And it was just such an incredible time there and so special to be with my father. And I think that would be a really, really fabulous memory to relive. Which of these types of transportation have you never experienced? Car, plane, train, bus, ship, or motorcycle? And if you've experienced them all, which is your favorite? So I have never been on a ship or a motorcycle. I've been on boats, but I've never been on a cruise ship, and I'm actually terrified of being on a cruise. I am really, really, really anxious at the thought of being on a ship in the middle of the water with no land or anywhere to go or anything like that. Like, I don't know, I have Titanic visions in my head. Maybe that's a little crazy and a little irrational, but I don't know. I just cannot bring myself to get on a ship and go out to sea on a cruise or anything like that. And motorcycles, they kind of freak me out too. My mom's a really good friend growing up had a motorcycle, and when he came to visit us when I was a little kid, he had his motorcycle with him, and my dad wanted to try to ride it. And we were just like on our block in our little suburban neighborhood, and my dad took the motorcycle down the block and fell over and fell off, and it traumatized me. And he wasn't hurt or anything because he wasn't going far or fast, thank God, and he wasn't hit by a car or anything, but that just really freaked me out. And ever since then, I've been kind of really terrified of motorcycles. So I would say out of all of those things, my favorite is probably just being in a car, because you can stop whenever you want. You have full control, and like, even though I like trains, like, you can't just get off a train, like, but you can get out of a car. So yeah, car would be it, because as much as I will go on a plane, I really do not like plane travel, but I'll do it when I have to, because I won't let it stop me from not going on vacation. If you had to choose, would you pick a charity that supported endangered animals or protected the natural environment? Excuse me, I would definitely go with endangered animals. I've always been an animal person. I love them, and yeah, that's it. I just, animals all the way. Would you rather have one pair of perfect shoes or 10 ugly ones? That's easy. One pair of perfect shoes. I love shoes. I love cute shoes. I don't do ugly shoes. So if it was a choice between the two, a one perfect pair, no doubt about that. What part of a triathlon would be the most challenging for you? Running, bicycling, or swimming? Running. Oh my God, I hate running. Don't like it. It's not me. In my head, I'm a runner, but in reality, no, just no. I could be on a bike for the most part with no problem. I love swimming, and I could be in the water for hours, but run, wouldn't happen. I just would collapse. So, last question, which is kind of perfect timing as I am coming to the end of my spread. Would you rather dye your hair orange for a month or wear only green lipstick for a month? That's a tough one. I have had sort of orangey colored hair, not on purpose in the past. It's not a good look. I don't like it. I think that, as crazy as it might sound, I would go with green lipstick for a month, just because, I don't know, I don't think I could stand my hair orange for a whole month. So that's my completed spread. I am in love with how it turned out. This challenge was so much fun. I'm loving all the foil elements, the floral elements, all my foiled icons, and all of the mandalas and scallops that I added in here. I hope everybody enjoyed listening to this Q&A. It was so much fun, and don't forget to head over to Tay, Tiff's, Jen's, and Claire's channels to check out their spreads and hear the answers to their questions. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see what I have coming up next. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.